We cannot learn from one another until we stop shouting at one another, until we speak quietly enough so that words can be heard as well as our voices. Did you know that Richard Nixon said this? A great inspirational quote from a president that's been impeached. In this speech, I will be talking about the impeachment process. Many people in the general public are not aware of the entire impeachment process for removal and the history of impeachment. Today, I'm going to be explaining how the impeachment process and how presidents can be removed from office. To get the big picture, we will be learning about the impeachment process and the line of succession also. The first main point I'm going to talk about is the history of impeachment. Knowing the history can help us understand why impeachment exists and how it helps the U.S. keep order. Impeachment is a process by the legislative body that brings charges against a government official. Impeachment is not just used against the President of the United States. For example, Gabriel Thomas Porter served 16 years after being impeached and removed from office in December 2010. Impeachment does not remove an official definitively from office. Article 1, Section 2, Clause 5 states that the House of Representatives has the sole power to impeach. There are also 3 things a president or official can be impeached on: treason, high crimes and misdemeanors, and bribery. Since 1968, there has been 4 presidents that have been impeached. The first president was Andrew Johnson, March 1868. Andrew was charged with impeachment under high crimes and misdemeanors. The second president that's been impeached was Bill Clinton. He was charged on December 19, 1998. Perjury to a grand jury and obstruction of justice was his charges. The third president that has been impeached was Richard Nixon. Richard was officially impeached on October 30th, 1973, and was charged with obstruction of justice, abuse of power for political purposes, defying judiciary committees, and tax evasion. Finally, the last president who's been impeached, and the most recent president, which is our current president, Donald Trump. Donald Trump was officially impeached on December 18th and was charged with obstruction of justice, violation of foreign emolument clauses, and violation of domestic emolument clauses, undermining independence of federal judiciary, undermining the freedom of the press, and Donald Trump has also not been removed from office. Now that the history has been explained, we can get into how the House brings charges and how the Senate has a trial to remove the president from office. The second main point will be explaining how the House brings charges to a president and how the Senate will take a vote to remove the president from office if they see fit. The first thing done to start the impeachment process is someone in the House of Representatives has to introduce the impeachment resolution. Then the Speaker of the House can direct the U.S. House Committee of the Judiciary to listen to the resolution. Then they will decide on if they should put the measure to a vote. A majority of the committee has to agree to the resolution. If it is approved and moves on to a full vote on the House floor, then again a majority vote is needed to approve the impeachment article, and when this occurs, the president is officially impeached. The articles of impeachment are sent to the Senate for trial. Senate leadership would decide how the trial will be conducted. During the trial, House managers are in charge of presenting the evidence against the president. The senators will listen to both sides and come to a vote if the president is guilty or not. Now that we know the roles of the Senate, we can learn about what happens to the president if they are removed and how the line of succession plays a role. Third and final main point I will be talking about is how the removal of a president from office and how the line of succession works. When a president is impeached, there is always a chance they could be removed. If the president is removed, they will no longer hold the office. It's pretty simple to understand that part. So who becomes president if they are removed? Well, the line of succession was created for a reason. The line of succession is an order of listed names who have succeeded to an office position upon death, resignation, or removal. The president is at the top of the list, and the second person would be the vice president. The line of succession plays a role in the impeachment process because it will decide who takes over the office if a president ever gets removed. Today we've learned a lot about the impeachment process and how it really works. The whole impeachment process can be confusing for some people, but it also can be explained very easily and learned quickly. Most people in the general public do not know the correct way a president can be impeached and removed from office. After the speech, I think the general public and whoever listens to it should be very aware of how this impeachment trial works. Thank you.